Hi my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Remo Orr.
Hi there. You know what? I'm probably just going to mess up that name, so I'm going to call you Curly.
This channel is dedicated for those that are working on their spiritual or personal development.
Well, my personal spirit development is going very, very well, thank you. Already made like 300 gallons of sick brand whiskey, the only whiskey guaranteed not to make you go blind. Asterisk. The strange thing is though, as much as I have made, it keeps disappearing rather rapidly. Who turned out all the lights?
Today's topic is going to be about the 4 different levels of breatharianism.
Oh, I know this one. The levels are 1. Liars, 2. Loonies, 3. The dying, and 4. The dead.
Now, I know a lot of people have some confusion.
By confusion, do you mean a lot of people think that living off air is complete and total gibberish? 'Cause yeah, I'm confused too.
A lot of people have old programs that have to do with this word, breatharianism.
Oh, I remember that program. The theme tune was like, all you need is air, ma 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 ma.
So I want to introduce to you guys this concept about the modern new type of breatharians and to show you that there's actual different levels.
Well, I mean, stupidity does come in many, many forms, whether it be earnest ignorance to straight up denial of reality. So I totally believe you on that one, mate. Yeah.
So it's not absolute, it's not only black or white.
Absolute is vodka. Vodka goes in a black Russian, but you can also have a white Russian. That's it. I figured it all out. I'm wholly too into alcohol. Oh well, only way to fix this is with a stiff drink of sick brand whiskey. Seriously, who keeps turning out all the lights?
Complete in it, don't eat anything at all, don't drink anything at all, live off energy in the Himalaya mountains in India.
I mean, aside from the live in the mountains, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's what most people understand breatharianism as. And I don't think you're actually going to contradict that, are you? But hey, maybe he's going to be like, you know, you can't actually live off of nothing. That would be silly. Press square to down!
Or obese and eat everything and only indulging in the most terrible type of foods and stuff like that. So,
well, wait, I don't have to do this? But my doctor put me on a seafood diet. I seafood and I lose all self-control and dignity. Damn you, Dr. Burger King, you lied to me again!
No, I want to introduce to you guys the different shades of gray, where I am at, where I was, the people I know, and stuff like that. So, stay tuned.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to the video yet. Okay, folks, strap in.
We have noticed that there are actually 4 different categories of breatharians.
Yeah, we already did this, and as I said, liars, loonies, the dying, and the dead. The last one, though. Well, those scaly boys are back, and they are mad.
I got a bone to pick with you!
Spoopy.
Now, unlike a regular video that we start from level 1, I actually want to go back in reverse.
I'll be honest, mate, this is the only video of yours I've seen, the only one I'm likely to see, and most of all, I just don't care. Because it's like you saying, let's swap the way I usually talk about how all presidents control the weather. Some people think he can assassinate people with storms, while others just think he can move clouds with his mind. Yeah, no, that's just, no.
Because I want to begin with those, the few, that are actually level 4 breatharians, and that means that they actually go without food and without water.
Gotta be honest though, as a big fan of the video games, this just makes me wish these kind of things were true, and I could level up into a level 4 handsome person who's good at the sex. Oh wait, I already am! Buy my shirt!
Now, how is this possible? How it's feasible? For every cell, there is an engine of light.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to repeat that.
For every cell, there is an engine of light.
Ouch! Yeah, I thought that's what you said. Sorry, I actually got nothing to say in response now. I mean, I did, but hearing it again just killed those specific brain cells. I'm so sorry. probably damaged yours as well.
We are consciously, our DNA is actually more open, more wide, and more complex than that of a tree.
That may well have been the best sentence ever, but okay, we share around 50% of our DNA with a banana. Does that mean that bananas are half as conscious as us? Wait, I've got a fantastic idea. Tell me how to survive without eating you. Silent treatment, eh? We'll be back for you, mister.
I'm not going to go into the how because it's really, really hard to explain.
Translation. It's complete gibbering nonsense. Also, a general rule of thumb is that if you can't explain it, you either don't understand it or it isn't true. So which is it?
Plus, it requires an understanding that is beyond science and biology.
See, when I hear something is beyond science, but yet can still, at least in the person's eyes, be explained and proven, then it's not beyond science. All science is, at its core, is a set of rules to prove something more or less true or false. So if you believe this to be demonstrable to any level whatsoever, it isn't beyond science, and just saying it is doesn't make it so. It is, however, a great cop-out when you want to BS people. Anyway, let's get back to Mr. Banana to see what he has to say. What happened? I guess we'll never know. It's beyond science.
But something that is more of the metaphysical. Dimensions, energies, vibration of the body, the consciousness that is interfering with the illusion of humanity and stuff like that.
Alright, calm down, Deepak. Do you guys have like a big book that just lists off fancy words or phrases or whatever? Seriously, the word salad is so common with every single wootard. I would think you're trying to intentionally just aggravate me. That's it, isn't it? You're all trying to drive me insane. Well, joke's on you. I lost my sanity years ago when the Pixie King challenged me to a game of checkers. And I suck at checkers.
So, number 4 are actually a few individuals in the world, and again, you can really count them on 2 hands, the ones that we are familiar with.
Ah yes, of course, the total liars. It's funny how if people give you lots of attention for doing something amazing, if you were so inclined, you might start really pushing your luck with that. But thankfully, not too many people seem quite willing to take that bet that no one will catch them stuffing their faces with another helping of butter.
That also don't drink at all and also don't eat at all. That means that they also don't have, they don't urinate. It means that they don't have number 2s, bowel movements. It means that their system adapted in a completely different way.
Wow, that sounds absolutely incredible. Cough, cough. Well, I'm sure these amazing people would be willing to put themselves in lab conditions for a month or so. And by lab conditions, I don't mean that they would have to be trapped inside or anything. No. We could set them up with a perfect environment of peace and tranquility and blah, 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 blah. Just have them observed and set up something that means they can't just sneak off for a naughty nectarine, a devious donut, or a surreptitious slash. Oh, I forgot, this stuff is beyond science, so I'm sure there are 1,000,001 excuses as to why that couldn't possibly work, all except the obvious one that they are jam-packed full of crap. Quite literally in this case, especially after a month.
Now, some of them tell us that they had a very difficult process. For example, one of them lost all his teeth, and it took him another 3 or 4 months of being without any teeth to grow his teeth back.
Oh, you can do one right now. Grew his teeth back. Listen to yourself. Look, right, human beings have all the teeth they're ever going to have pretty much from the start. The adult teeth are literally up inside the surrounding bone waiting for their time to shine. They don't just miraculously pop into existence.
They actually do consume water, but not in a way that you would think. They actually, their pores of their skin open up. By breathing, they usually live in a place that is humid. He actually has learned through their process to take the energy of water from the air itself and to survive out of very, very little.
See, here's how I know that that is complete and utter horse movements. If human beings had the ability to survive off of nothing, because that's what we're talking about here, and there is no goddamn way I'm addressing your thirsty skin gibber speak. If human beings could do that, we would do that. It's basic natural selection. Creatures that can survive without the need to eat, that is apex lifeform crap right there. But that just isn't how anything works. Cells degrade, because everything degrades, given enough time. A house that needs no nutrients, that requires no water, will eventually wear away to dust because nothing is permanent, and the only way we could ensure that a house remains in its place and functional indefinitely would be to fix it. And to fix it, you need materials and care. But mostly materials. Sorry, Curly, but that's just how this universe functions.
A scientific study that was done on Johnny, a level 4 breatharian, where they actually ultrasounded his bladder, has shown that his bladder actually does contain urine, and then the body absorbs it. And then contains urine, and then the body absorbs it.
If that were even remotely true, that man should be dead. I mean, the toxicity of repeatedly recycled urine alone should have deaded the man years ago. But more importantly, who did this study? Because I know who didn't. The Indian Rationalist Association, a group of frankly badasses that go around debunking this kind of hoo-ha all the time. Whether they be some poor delusional girl being manipulated into thinking she is the reincarnation of a goddess, or a repeated flim-flam artist, so-called Godman Pilot Baba, who has pulled repeated publicity stunts that they have rather effectively #wrecked. But the strange thing is, this guy has handlers, and for some reason, they just don't want these guys to run any tests on him. I wonder why. It couldn't be because he's a fraud.
So it's quite amazing because the body actually learns how to recycle the water. It means that the blood is still being cleansed by the kidneys. However, you don't actually waste it anymore because there's nothing coming from the outside.
No, friend, the only waste going on in this video is the space that you occupy and the fresh air that some poor tree worked its little tree socks off for you to splooge out as absolute nonsense. I would say shame on you, but I'm pretty sure your shame gland shriveled up and fell off years ago, you absolute charlatan. Do you find yourself wondering, how can me show humans I am the smart? Is am the way to thinking being a purchase? Well, to answer your incredibly poorly worded questions, yes, I think. Honestly, I have no idea what you want, but I'll be damned if I don't take this as an opportunity to sell you things. Like new improved Sick brand merch, now featuring the designer of almost all Sick brand merch. Right, the name's on the tip of my tongue. I want to say Cheryl Pringle? No, wait, it's Mrs. Sick. That's right, I always forget she exists. Also, handsome, famous, and good at the sex tease. Ampersand, not forgetting this pretty badass comic book style one that I would buy myself if I wasn't so poor. Sick brand merch, because we're tired of eating stray cats. Oh, there's one now. Get it!